Well, here we are again. Oh, this ought to be fun. I'm just making sure everything's on the up and up. Hi, Kitty. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. This is going to be pain. This is going to be pain. But let's go ahead and get started. Yo, peoples! Qushu 92 here. Welcome to Food Heresy. Now, I got quite tired of heretical foods being in the delicious food section of my server. So I decided, you know what? Let me just make a whole section where the most heinous things, mind you, within reason, not anything overboard or anything that can break the rules of the server can be in there, but yeah, you know what? Put the worst foods you've ever seen in there. So that way you can stop sullying the delicious food section. You know, the part where we go, I would love to eat that. Now you have a section where we can all go, I don't want to eat that. So, thank you to everyone involved that helped make that happen. But let's go ahead and get started with today. There are some more Josh and Mama stuff that I got questions about, that I've been wondering. I've been wondering about, and I'm just like, why? Why even do this? Yeah, little did he know he started a war. Oh, yes! Also, you like the little starry background behind everything? No more black screen behind. No more black screen. It now is filled with extra. It's now filled with actual void now. I'm being more professional as the channel continues to grow. So we got some Josh and Mama stuff. We got, well, Kitty has been gracious enough to send me different types of shorts with different types of food in it that make me question quite a lot. So let's begin with Mama turns ramen into chicken Alfredo. You was just looking at that. You like that? Like what? Like what? What? The mama turns ramen into chicken Alfredo? Okay.
What are you making? Mama, what are you making?
Sorry, I had to turn the desktop audio on.
What are you making?
Chicken Alfredo.
Oh. Oh, there's 15 grams of protein in that.
Exactly. So this is good for you.
Oh, just looking at that, I like that. Oh, the background. Oh, thank you. No better way to showcase the just what the continuum represents than an endless expanse of stars. That was the angle I was going with. But she said there was protein in it, so it's good for you. But they didn't mean the broth. They meant the chicken. You're supposed to drain this! I don't think I'm gonna make it. How many minutes am I into this? How many minutes? It's only been like a couple of minutes. Just a couple. I don't know. I don't know how well I'm going to do. You don't pour the broth. Canned broth. Oh, it broke him? Oh, it broke him. Oh, that explains why he went dark after that. He watched. No! No! This got him! I don't know how. Josh and Mama, this be the kind of nonsense that make me double take and be thankful that I have a mom who can actually cook and understands the parameters of I should not be experimenting with this stuff and then serving it to my family. We'll get to the whole cleanliness of a kitchen in a minute, but
10 grams of protein in that.
Exactly. So this is good for you.
You don't pour the broth from a can of chicken in with the food. There's a reason why people don't pour the broth from string beans or any other type of canned vegetables in with the food. The broth is made when you cook it with other things. You don't pour the juices from the can in with the food. Because that's meant to preserve the food, not add flavor to the food. Not even 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes!
I need as many jars of that as we can get.
What is that? Is that ragu? Is that ragu chicken Alfredo sauce?
To cover up everything else.
Did she just pour milk into the chicken into the Alfredo jar? And then poured that over? No. No. No.
To cover up everything else.
She poured. No. No. I don't want to yell. I don't want to yell, but what? You don't do this. Why are you pouring milk in there? That's not going to make more Alfredo. Hold on. I had to get my glasses. You don't pouring milk into an empty Alfredo jar does not make more Alfredo. Why? Why? No one does this. Okay? No one does this. No one pours milk in Alfredo jars so that the remaining Alfredo makes more Alfredo. That's not how it works.
That's a lot of cheese.
More cheese is better.
Yeah.
What cheese is this?
A lot of cheese.
More cheese is better.
Yeah.
Hold on, what does that say? Chicken? Chicken and what? Hold on, lady! Hold on, lady! What did that bag say? I'm trying to look at it upside down.
That's a lot of cheese.
More cheese is better.
Yeah.
I can't even tell where that cheese is. No. Whoa.
Look, I told you, didn't I? Look how creamy this is.
No! First, let me look at that oven. The top is nasty. You didn't even attempt to try and clean the screen.
Whoa.
Look, I told you, didn't I? Look how creamy this is.
Uh-uh.
Look, I told you, didn't I? Look how creamy this is.
No! No! That right there. That's the trigger warning for me right there.
Didn't I? Look how creamy this is.
Why is it gray? Why is it gray? Why is it gray? Why are the noodles gray? I have never had chicken Alfredo where the noodles were gray. Why are they gray? Why is it gray on the inside? What's going on, subject? You saw Heresy, I'm here. Ooh, subject. Man, the siege mode for Space Marine 2 is going to be dropping in June. And there's confirmation that you'll be able to earn everything you can in operations during siege mode. Which means that for people who don't want to go through operations, they can just go through wave after wave after wave of siege mode to gain experience for your class, armor data, requisition points, and cosmetic stuff as well. So when I say me and Gajil are really looking forward to siege mode for Space Marine 2, we cannot wait. But in another world of Heresy, we have Josh and Mama. But Josh is not to blame. He's only an enabler. But we have Mama making homemade chicken Alfredo with ramen noodles, Kraft shredded cheese, and Ragu Alfredo sauce that is also mixed with milk. Heresy! Heresy! Who she thinks she fooling looking like this? Look at that look, like, I did that. This is sure enough gonna be good. No! Am I screaming too loud? The thumbnail itself shows that this is going to be such heresy to consumption. Regular, you have no idea. Also, Regular, it's good to see you. I hope life has been treating you well. It's been a hot minute, but I hope life has been good to you. But her looking like, don't it look good? Nope. Headphones done fell off, but thankfully my floor is clean, so nothing is sticking to it. But she's looking like, ain't that the greatest chicken Alfredo you've ever seen? No, ma'am, you have created a weapon of mass destruction. We need to take you into custody so that you do not poison any more of your family members. And mind you, I'm pretty sure her family members aren't poisoned because they're used to this. It was the last day of work today. Now it's summer. Awesome! Let's keep it going because Kitty provided plenty of ammunition for today. See, before I did this, I was in the mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna get back to Death Stranding. I spent a lot of time this morning going and creating more roads, including a whole new path that'll take me through the mountains on the lower half of the map, but also repairing roads because they started to degrade. So I spent a copious amount of time just repairing all of my auto pavers, and it takes a lot of materials to do it, but pretty much all of them are above 50%, which is good. So eventually I'll get back to farming resources in order for me to create the rest of the roads. But we do need to progress the story, so that way I can kind of get through the story without having to focus too much on trying to build roads. So we'll tackle that another day. But for now,
The next time, we should use beef noodles with hamburger meat.
Oh.
That would be good too.
Also, new Heresy trailer just dropped a few days ago. The 3 minutes was gorgeous. I haven't seen the Heresy trailer. I heard about it, but I haven't seen it in full. I may have to check it out myself. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up my Discord here, not on screen, but I am going to pull up another thing. What is that? What is that? Oh, and there's some other things I want to discuss as well, such as Indian food. I kind of want to discuss Indian food. Street Indian food. Those of you who know what I'm talking about can already see that would be that's a whole basket and a half worth of stuff. So, let me go down here. Let's see. Mama makes a classic southern salad. I doubt it. I doubt it's anything
I made
classic.
a classic southern salad.
Let's bring this salad and every.
Have you heard of Mexican spaghetti? Have you heard of Mexican spaghetti? I have not. Hands, you will stroke out. Oh no, I really haven't even seen much when it comes to like Indian food and street Indian food. I'm so concerned. But can we make it a habit of stopping people from trying to use TikTok as a means of, oh, they're doing it on TikTok, that means I can do it too and it'll be fine. Stop it. Get some help. Stop copying everything you see on TikTok. You don't have the same skills as these people do. And you're not seeing the aftermath of the food that they eat. You see them eating the food, saying that it's extremely good, and therefore you think that you are capable of making said food. But you're not seeing what happens after the camera is off. You don't see the heartburn. You don't see the indigestion. You don't see the many, what's that feeling that you're feeling? It sure ain't no apple pillins. You don't see those moments. You see this is very good. It's very easy to make. But you don't see the aftermath of these foods. Stop making everything you see on TikTok. TikTok is not Gordon Ramsay. TikTok is not Chef Emerald. TikTok is not Rachel Ray back in the day. Not now. Back in the day. Stop copying everything you see on TikTok. You are not worthy. You are not capable. Stop it. Stop it. You insult food this way. So she says she says she's making a classic southern salad. How many salads you know of have peas in it? I'm asking a legitimate question. How many salads do you know have peas in it? Pot pies, yes. Not salads.
Let's bring this salad and everyone will be talking about it for holiday.
Okay, I'm on board so far.
Okay.
Christmassy again. Ooh,
How do they think they're supposed to spread this
I know.
on these peas like?
I am 2 seconds away from screaming. Stop putting mayonnaise in everything! I can't tell if you guys can hear that, but I said, stop putting mayonnaise in everything! Everything doesn't need mayonnaise! What am I looking at? It's completely covered in mayonnaise. Would you like some meat with your mayonnaise? Would you like some peas with your mayonnaise? Would you like some lettuce with your mayonnaise? I can't see nothing except what's buried in mayonnaise. No. I've eaten salad and I've never ate one with peas. I feel like it just doesn't fit salad. I know of a few, but they're done right. This is not one of them times. But what is that? No. Y'all think I'm just focusing on the casserole dish full of that nonsense. What is that she's scooping? That better not be sugar. That better not be sugar that she's going to put on this salad. That better not be sugar. Wait, that's salad? Yeah, that's the correct way to look at this. I'm gonna play this. What is that?
That much?
Joshua.
That much?
Joshua.
What is that?
Oh,
Is that sugar? It sounds grainy like sugar. Like the little sound when you scoop into it and scrape it against something. Cause that better not be salt. That can't be salt either.
That much?
Joshua. The salad looks so good.
No, it don't.
Yeah.
No! It does not look good! Sugar or salt, it should not be on there. Whether it's sugar or salt, it should not be on there. Who put sugar or salt on a salad? It's sugar? Ah! No! Why? Who puts sugar on salad? Why? Who puts sugar on salad? Or mayonnaise isn't like mayonnaise for sandwiches and such? Yes! No one puts mayonnaise on a salad! Heresy! Personally, you love the mayonnaise ramen she makes? That's on you. That's on you. More power to you. More power to you, Holster.
To a diabetic.
Well, we're supposed to actually put it in the refrigerator for a little while.
And you're trying to eat. You're supposed to. You can't even follow simple instructions. You're supposed to put it in the fridge for a while, but you impatient and want to eat it now. You can't even let stuff set. Won't even let stuff marinate, and you want to eat it already. How did this woman get on TV?
That's good. For real?
You will like it.
Nah, mayo ramen is good. More power to you. More power to you. That's all I gotta say. I ain't saying nothing else. All right, what else you got? What else did you pull up? Deep fried mac and cheese burger. That doesn't sound too bad. Oh, the 15 most unusual foods banned in America. Kitten 1, it's good to see you. Heresy is being witnessed here.
There are some foods that no matter how tasty, how heavenly, how delectable they are, you just shouldn't eat them. And then there are some foods that no matter what the tradition or late night craving is, if you want it.
Hold on, I'm gonna double check, make sure this isn't monetized, because they like to hit me with the copyright claims because of this.
You're gonna have to get a plane ticket because you can't eat it here. And unless you're prepared to pay a hefty fine or even...
There was a fly in there. There was a fly in there! Y'all ain't eating that. Y'all ain't eating that. No. No. I draw the line when flies come out of my food before I eat it.
Serve jail time, you better be careful not to get caught with any of these 15 most unusual foods banned in America. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling. Number 15. Haggis. Coming straight out of Scotland, we have the famous haggis. The meaty loaf, which is a delicacy in Scotland and to Scots all over the world, is made from sheep's pluck, which consists of the animal's heart, the lungs, and the liver, mixed with onions, oatmeal, animal fat, spices, and stock, all cooked in a sheep's stomach. Tasty, right? Well, you're not going to be getting any traditional haggis anytime soon. At least not here in the United States. While most of the ingredients are readily available, in 1971, the U.S. banned the import of sheep's lungs due to the butchering process potentially contaminating the lungs with fluids such as phlegm and stomach juices, which could potentially make the consumer very sick. With sheep lung being a major part of the meal, Scottish Americans would have to find a substitute. Companies in the United States began producing the traditional dish with a sheepless twist using lamb and liver as substitutes and cooking it all in an artificial casing.
You look pale, you okay? No! I am not! No, I am not. I'm not dissing haggis. I know about haggis. I still think it's nasty, but I heard enough. I've known about haggis long enough for it to be like, okay, it just don't bother me either way. I still think it's nasty, and you want to know the first day. You want to know the show I learned what haggis was. Samurai Jack. When Jack goes with the Scotsman to his home in order to get his wife back. That's how I learned about haggis. Samurai Jack. So I've known about it for years. So it's all like, take it or leave it. But I'm definitely going to leave it. But, so, seeing haggis on this list at 15, nah, it's all like, but at the same time, I've known about this for decades already. So it's like, it's whatever. Still ain't gonna eat it, though.
Number 14, Qushu marzu. Do you like cheese? It seems like the fancy...
That's what you meant? You love Qushu marzu too? Italy is pretty base for what I say with complete sarcasm. Why are there flies in this? Is it just like a giant fermented cheese wheel that flies have found their way in?
The fancier the cheese gets, the weirder the process to make it becomes. And by that logic, this cheese is the fanciest. hailing from the Italian island of Sardinia. This cheese, called Qushu marzu, literally translates to rotten cheese. And if the
So we eating rotten food now. And call So we just eating rotten food and calling it a delicacy. We have regressed as a species when we were looking at rotten food and going, this is a delicacy if you season it right. Rotten is rotten! Rot! Look at it. It's rotten. It is rotten. Why are we looking at rotten food like it's a delicacy? What you mean? Rotten cheese. Eat the rotten cheese. There's a reason! There's a reason why we throw rotten stuff out here in America. It's not good for you! I don't know how long I'm gonna last. I don't.
name isn't off-putting enough, it's made by introducing the larva of a
There's larva on the, there's larva on the cheese! And it's on purpose! Ah! Not on, in. Oh no, I see that it's in! I see that it's in!
rotten cheese. And if the name isn't off-putting enough, it's made by introducing
I see it in the cheese. I see it in the cheese. Clean your fingernails, man. They dirty. Why are you holding the food with dirty fingernails? Nah, I know I ain't going to Italy eating no Qushu marzu. I am not. No. No.
Live a little, Qushu.
I want to live, period. So I'm not eating it.
the larva of a cheese fly called the piophila into a traditional sheep's milk cheese called pecorino, allowing their digestive juices to break down the fats and causing the cheese to become soft. The maggots remain
The process is to allow these flies to get into the cheese, consume the cheese, regurgitate the cheese to break down the cheese and make it soft from the inside. I'm so glad my breakfast wasn't heavy.
inside the cheese until it is eaten. Yeah, the maggots get eaten too. It's actually considered dangerous to eat this cheese if the maggots are not alive. I'm just gonna pass and not eat this cheese at all.
Do you eat the
I like to
maggots?
play it
Yes.
safe, and food scientists say that normal stomach acid isn't enough to kill off the maggots once
No, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean normal stomach acid isn't enough to kill these things? That means you run the risk of these maggots still being alive inside you, and they could start eating your stomach from the inside out! Rewind that for me, please!
just gonna pass and not eat this cheese at all. I like to play it safe, and food scientists say that normal stomach acid isn't enough to kill off the maggots once the cheese has been eaten, and some of the squirmy cheese eaters may get stuck in the consumer's intestines. This could potentially lead to a condition called pseudomyosis, a condition where the larva actually continues to grow inside of you. I did say I'd pass.
Oh, heck no! Y'all thought I was gonna say something else. Nope, nope, nope. This is a profanity-free channel from me. You mean to tell me that if these things don't die when they're inside you, you run the risk of them continuing to grow inside your body? Why would you eat this then? No cheese is that good. No cheese is that good. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
That's right. For this reason, the cheese was banned in the US and completely outlawed by the European Union.
Thank you.
Number 13.
Thank you, America.
Absinthe.
You did something right.
Absinthe, the green fairy. This super high proof alcoholic beverage from Switzerland has been around since the 18th century. Popular with writers and artists, this green spirit has been the muse to many, such as Edgar Allan Poe, Oscar Wilde, Pablo Picasso, and Vincent van Gogh. The drink is also thought to cause seizures and hallucinations. It was even said to be responsible for Van Gogh losing his mind. It's prepared by pouring a small glass of the mean green drink and setting a slotted spatula, called an absinthe spoon, over the glass with a sugar cube on top. Then slowly drip water onto the sugar until it dissolves. After that, it's down the hatch. It was banned by the United States in 1915 after studies of the drink found that it contained trace amounts of thujone, a chemical known to cause seizures. There was a revival of interest in this green potion in the 90s, and alcohol makers began to sell thujone-free absinthe. Today, there are still ways you can purchase the original recipe, if you dare. But before you go looking for some psychedelic trip, you should know that studies have shown you will probably die of alcohol poisoning before you ever hallucinate. Number
So, why would you want a drink that is commonly known to cause seizures? And then you also run the high risk of straight up dying from alcohol poisoning drinking this. Why?
12, pig's blood cake. If you
I'm out. I need to bring my table here, okay? I brought my table over so I can do this. Why would you do this? I brought my table over here specifically so I can do this. Why? Why would you do this? Pig's blood cake? Why? Why would you do this? Pig's blood cake. This is my table, by the way. Same one I use to build my Lego figurines for you guys. Same one. Why would you do this? As an Asian, blood food is fine for you. We waste nothing. As an American, I would not like the same thing that's coursing through my veins to be on my food at all. That's just me.
If you're hungry for blood or just related to Edward Cullen, then stop over in Taiwan for this blood delicacy. Pig's blood cake, or black cake, is sold all over Taiwan by street food vendors as a snack. It's made by cooking sticky rice and mixing it with pork blood. It's left to set with the rice binding the blood together. It's then seasoned and eaten with a sauce of your choosing. I don't even like white cake, so I'm almost sure I won't like blood cake. This traditional Taiwanese snack was reportedly banned in the United States as the preparation of the blood was deemed unsanitary, unhygienic, and could potentially lead to pathogens being introduced into the food. In 2010, television and newspapers in Taiwan.
You say it's like jelly if you're curious? Never was. I never was. Not even a smidge curious of how this thing is made. But thank you for the info, though. Now I know I ain't gonna eat it. Blood jelly. I ain't eating it.
Taiwan reported that the U.S. had totally banned the delicacy after a rumor was overheard by a reporter in an airport in L.A. This little rumor continued to spread until it reached all the way up to the Taiwanese president, Ma Ying-jeou, who stated, "I don't think they understand the culture in Taiwan. How could they ban such a delicious food?" Turns out, it wasn't banned at all. It was all a big misunderstanding over the preparation guidelines that snowballed out of control. This ironic little snack can be purchased in the U.S. at your local Taiwanese pig blood cake dealer. Number 11. Lazy Cakes. Lazy Cakes were brownies made in Memphis, Tennessee and sold across the United States. The chocolatey cake was sold for just $2.50 at convenience stores and was marketed as a snack to help you unwind after a long day and included 4 milligrams of melatonin in each serving. Melatonin is a hormone that's naturally produced in the pineal gland and helps to regulate your sleep cycle. It's often used for short-term relief of sleeplessness when taken in pill form as a supplement.
Melatonin brownies?
Well, adding sleep supplements to cheap brownies and slapping a giant cartoon character on the label was a big no-no for the FDA, and in 2011, after reports of several kids being hospitalized, these bedtime brownies were banned. Number 10.
They made their way to kids? Melatonin brownies and kids got their hands on it? For an adult, we can handle a lot of melatonin. For kids, that's... Why? And then you put like a little cartoon character on the front. You literally just passed out drug brownies. You literally sold drug brownies. And kids got to it. That's crazy.
10. Kinder Surprise Eggs. If you have small children, then it's easy for you to see why.
I remember Kinder Eggs. I remember Kinder Eggs from back when me and my family were stationed in Germany. Not like the Kinder Surprises we have here in America. They're a sham. They're frauds. They're fakes compared to the classic Kinder Eggs you used to get back in Germany. Because it would be like a whole thick chocolate egg. It wasn't thin. A whole thick chocolate egg. And then it would have that same capsule that kid has, and it would have different types of prizes inside, from stickers to little figurines that you could build inside. Oh, I loved them! Now we got Kinder Surprises where it's all like, we don't do chocolate eggs anymore. We do a little bit of cream, and we do a little bit of of like granola scoop that we can have in there. It's like, it's a shadow of its former self. Melatonin brownies was just accessible edibles, which sucks. Edibles that should not be available to children. That's the issue here. By the way, I'm vegetarian from birth. Most of my community is just research vegetarians in Gujarat, and you know. Oh, okay. All right. So, with that being said, would you mind if we check out street Indian food off the street? Because there's a video of it showing how Indian food, and I'm actually really glad that you're here, Ravi, because you can give us a little bit more insight onto this. But there's a video out there that shows street vendor food in India, and I kind of just want to talk about like some of the cleanliness aspects of it. So I'm actually really glad that you're here. But that'll be something we tackle after we watch this and look at some more Josh and Mama stuff as well. But I bet you the only thing they're going to say about Kinder Surprise eggs is that it's a choking hazard. Choking hazard for children if they try to eat the egg and the capsule at the same time. I bet you anything that's what they're going to say about these.
Why this next tasty treat was banned. These chocolatey goodies were sold by the Ferrero company starting in 1974. And if you've ever seen one, it's basically just a hollowed out chocolate egg with a toy inside. A small toy that sometimes needed assembly. Came packaged inside of a small yellow bite-sized capsule. Yeah, there's a bite-sized toy inside of a child's candy. Not being completely in error, the company did in fact have warning labels printed on the packaging. But expecting a kid to read a candy label before eating it is like telling a lion to slow down and chew its food. It ain't gonna happen. The FDA dropped the ban hammer on the Kinder Egg in 1997 for violating the 1938 Food and Drug Cosmetics Act, which was meant to protect the public from negligent manufacturers and regulating what goes inside of their products. You're still able to buy a
good to see you.
variant of
Also,
the Kinder
Hydra,
Egg
good
in
to
the
see you
US,
as well.
but there is
Welcome,
a hefty
everyone.
fine for being caught inside the country with the outlawed original.
See, the reason why Kinder Eggs are not here in the United States is not because you mentioned these two. Yeah. The reason why Kinder Eggs are not here in the US the way they used to be in Germany, you know, the way God intended, is simply because parents don't supervise their kids and think that their kids are smart enough to know the difference between the texture of an egg and chocolate versus a literal plastic capsule, which should be impossible to mistake for chocolate. If your kid is smart, it should literally be impossible for a child to not be able to tell the difference between something that they're eating that is chocolate and something that is plastic. It should be impossible. That's the parents' fault for not supervising. All it takes is for you to get your kid one Kinder Egg and show them the difference between the chocolate and the toy packaging and tell them, don't eat this. It's not food, it's plastic. Eat the chocolate part. Don't eat the plastic part. Most kids, not all of them, because some of them can take longer than others, but most kids get it. Hey, this is plastic. This is a toy. I don't eat toys. Okay, I only eat chocolate part. Me and my sisters never had any problems eating a Kinder Egg. As soon as we saw there was a prize inside, what we would do is we would get the Kinder Egg and we would split it open. We would eat the chocolate first, set the toy off to the side, eat the chocolate all the way down, and then check out what the toy was after cleaning our hands because we more than likely had chocolate still on them. That's what we did. You want to know why? Because our mom told us that, hey, there's toys in here, or just common sense. Common sense. Common sense. Hey, this part is chocolate. This other part is not. I should only eat the chocolate part. Most of the time, our mom didn't need to tell us anything because we could figure it out through just basic deduction. You know, stuff they teach you in school. You know, stuff they teach you at home, or at least good parents teach you at home. We didn't need to be safeguarded against candies. Because we knew for a fact that if it was food, we'd be able to eat it. If it was plastic, stop biting down on it. That's what that's what we learned. So for the United States, that's that's laziness. Oh, we're gonna ban this food here in this nation because we don't want to run the risk of any child eating it. Well, maybe you should have the parents supervise their child with it so that they don't hurt themselves. The plastic capsule is so big in comparison to... Yes, exactly! What do you end to do with saying bite size? That's not bite size. You don't see anybody swallowing one of those things whole. That's a horse pill. And people don't take horse pills. It should be for an adult, that would still be a hard thing to swallow. For children, it would be even more difficult. The Kinder Egg, as it was, it's banned because kids are stupid, but it's banned not because kids are stupid, but because parents are stupid. Yes. Especially here in America. There are so many high-calorie humans out here that try to promote that same thing to their kids, and then their kids become high-calorie humans before they turn into teenagers, and then next thing you know, they got entire YouTube channels stuffing their faces with marshmallows, trying to do the Chubby Bunny Challenge. Foreheads big enough to land a plane on. So much weight on their bodies, they need assistance at young ages. Ridiculous. Kitten one, you do not fall into that category, because I know who your mama is, and she don't play when it comes to eating the right foods. So I know y'all are fine. I don't even need to worry about y'all. Y'all fine. When it comes to foods, I ain't got to worry about including y'all in no bad food category, because I know who your mama is. I ain't got to worry. It's everybody else that seems to need to have that lesson talked to.
9. Ortolan. Native to Europe and Western Asia, the ortolan, or ortolan bunting, is a small bird about 6.5 inches long with a wingspan of just 10 inches. For centuries, this small bird was eaten as a rite of passage by French chefs. It was captured alive and force-fed until nice and fat. The tiny bird was then drowned in brandy. After, the bird is roasted whole and eaten the same way. The diner traditionally eats the small bird whole with a napkin over his head, leaving only the beak. The reason for the napkin is debated. Some say it's to shield the one eating from God's eyes as they enjoy the tasty meal, while others believe it's to savor the aroma of the meal. And some just think it's for the bones. But the wild preparation for this bird isn't the reason the tasty tweeter was banned. Due to overhunting and poaching.
Why your last comment not show? Hold on, let me refresh. There it is. There it is. Yeah. So what I notice is that when words are blocked, which is kind of silly because all you said was stupid. All you said was stupid, and it blocked it. I'm pretty sure someone else took care of it and allowed it, but I got to refresh chat in OBS in order for it to re-show up back in chat again. So it's good now. It's good now, but it's weird how that works. Yo, Chaos Creations. Well, you have a perfect name for what we're witnessing here today. Your grandmama eats mayo and banana sandwiches? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Oh yeah, Kitty is a god of a kitchen. But, this bird? First, this just seems like, this is cruelty. This is cruelty to animals. As a rite of passage for French chefs, let's take this innocent little bird, fill it to the brim with food and overstuff it, then we're gonna drown it in brandy, and after it's dead from drowning, we're gonna roast it as it is, and you need to eat the entire body except for the beak. What's y'all lowest effort meal? A basic cheese, turkey, and ham charcuterie board. That's what I consider lowest effort for me.
The population of the ortolans dropped drastically. And in 1999, the French government banned the bird's use. While loosely enforcing the laws, the ortolan population continued to drop, and it's believed that in 1999 up to 50,000 ortolans were being poached annually. This caused the French government to completely ban and strictly enforce laws to ensure the ortolan population isn't completely wiped out. Number 8. Ackee fruit. Ackee fruit is the national fruit of Jamaica. It's delicious in fish, stew, and soup dishes, and is the cause of the Jamaican vomiting sickness. Doesn't sound like the delicious delicacy that it's intended. Turns out, if the...
All right, Ravi, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna still check out the Indian food with the street vendors and everything, but you have a fantastic day, and you just, hey, whatever you got going on, hope it works out well for you, and I'll see you in my next session. But you take care.
Fruit is not ripe. It contains soapberry toxins found in the arrows and seeds. Soapberry toxins, when in the body, become lethal through a series of very complicated chemical reactions that my limited science knowledge is unable to explain thoroughly. Just know that ultimately, you become hypoglycemic, leading to dehydration, coma, seizures, and even death. Leading to dehydration, coma, seizures, and...
I find it interesting. By the way, how do you get a Qushu icon? You get that by being a member. That's an icon for members. That's a member icon thing. Fruit salad, mom keeps it in the fridge for us to grab and go. That's a good mom right there. But you notice how he said dehydration, coma, seizure, and even death. See, usually you kind of go up the ladder for intensity, so it should be hydration, seizures, coma, then death. But then you have hydration, coma, possible seizure, then death.
You become hypoglycemic, leading to dehydration, coma, seizures, and even death. I think I'll hold off on having the national dish the next time I vacation in Jamaica. Now, all can be avoided if the fruit is harvested at just the right time, when they are fully ripe. That might be cutting it too close for me. Not only are these fruits used for
I just realized that's Nikocado avocado. I was like, this dude looks familiar. And now looking at his face, I'm just now realizing that's Nikocado avocado. I'm never going into a deep dive about this dude. Ever.
Jamaica's national dish, its fragrant smell makes it an awesome cologne. The durable wood of the plant is used to make oars and paddles. Also, the ripened arrows can be used in traditional medicine. Thinking of testing the waters? Don't bother. This fruit is FDA banned due to that high probability of Jamaican vomiting sickness. Number 7. Sassafras oil. A pleasant tasting plant used for medicinal purposes that is unsafe and harmful? Perhaps that's the defense mechanism of the sassafras plant that makes sassafras oil. This herbal supplement was used by Native Americans and early settlers as a flavor booster. It was also used in teas and tonics, as it was believed that it was a treatment for ailments such as gout, sprains, arthritis, to manage diabetes, treat parasites, and more. How could something so pleasant be banned?
Did he pull off that stunt of no, we're not talking about him. We're not talking about him. Not at all. No. I only mentioned his name, but I'm not going down that road. We will not. I forbid it. I will leave before we go down a storyline. Oh, and I would like for you to stay, Kitty. So we're not going down there. We're not going down that road ever, ever, ever. There's no amount of money that will make me go down that rabbit hole. No, no. I like my channel where it's at to be clean. Hey, Borderlands responded to me. Awesome. But we're not going down that road, ever.
Apparently, the saffron in sassafras is cancer-causing, and if consumed in
Cancer-causing plants. Cancer!
sites and more. How could something so pleasant be banned? Apparently, the saffron in sassafras is cancer-causing, and if consumed in high amounts, sassafras can cause vomiting and hallucinations. That's a heck of a pros-con list. I think I'll leave it to science to keep looking for alternative treatments. Number 6, pufferfish. Pufferfish.
I've heard about this. If the chef is not good with properly cutting the pufferfish, it can and will, the meat from this thing can and will kill you. That's how toxic the meat is. If the chef doesn't do it right.
Are known for being one of the most toxic animals on Earth, alongside some species having spiny skin and large teeth. So why in the world would this be considered a food? Well, this fish is considered a delicacy in Japan. So get this, if prepared incorrectly, symptoms of pufferfish poisoning include lightheadedness, dizziness, numbness, vomiting, paralysis, and eventually the dinner participants turn victim, asphyxiation due to a paralyzed diaphragm. The toxin has been known to be 100 times more toxic than cyanide. Talk about the Last Supper. It's so toxic that it's been banned in many countries completely, unless it comes from a known, controlled source. Hopefully people will opt to eat the non-toxic pufferfish, and I'll opt to just not even take the chance at all. Number 5.
So, what we need to realize is that in order for people to know the symptoms of these different foods and what it does to them, including the deaths that it caused, someone had to eat these, or multiple people had to have eaten these things on multiple occasions. On multiple occasions. You've eaten it? Was it during that trip you went to Japan last year? Was it during that time? I think you said that. I think you mentioned that you eaten a pufferfish. If not, then I would imagine it was from that Japan trip you took. Yep, I had a feeling it was. These are like I bet foods. They seem like it. Ooh, also, this is a tangent off of the food stuff, but the Akuma collaboration for Monster Hunter Wilds drops tomorrow. Now, since Wednesdays tends to be a rest day for me, I feel like I won't do like a stream on it, but me and Gajil will take on the missions, and I'll probably record it so you guys can see. Of us taking on the quest so we can get the Akuma set to wear and we can just start beating up monsters with our bare hands. I feel like this collaboration is going to want Monster Hunter to make an actual fist weapon. Like, not dual blades, but just straight up punching monsters. I feel like this Akuma collaboration is going to reinforce that ideal even more. But that's a different tangent. We'll discuss it later. But all these foods that people are eating that can lead to death and leads to death. How many people had to die in order for scientists to be all like, okay, now we know what's causing this. Now let's go ahead and ban it. Because this is very dangerous. 1 out of 5 people who ate pufferfish meat died. The one who survived only suffered a slight asphyxiation of his diaphragm, but he survived. So now we need to outlaw it. It's just, how many people have we lost in order for these to be confirmed dangerous. This is before there was, and think about the index. Think about the food index of saying what's dangerous and what isn't. Think about the Old West, all right? Think about the Old West when you didn't have people or an FDA. Think about it back then when a bullet wound was either a death sentence where cutting the bullet out wasn't much of an option. Sometimes you would need to take off the entire leg. Or think about getting a disease back then during the Old Western times, where if you were not nearby a town, you were pretty much dead. Or you suffered until you died. So I'm just thinking, it's unique? Really? I remember Shimano eating pufferfish, which I thought looked like very thin gyoza. Or should I say fugu? I want to try all sorts of different fish all over the world. But I feel for just to be on the safe side, I am going to avoid the fish, even if it's prepared by a professional who knows exactly what they're doing. I think I'll avoid those fishes for forever. Unless the person who's preparing it is 100% trustworthy by everyone around them. That's the only way I'd try it. No other exceptions any other way.
Unpasteurized milk.
Unpasteurized milk. That's essentially milk that's still got bacteria in it. Who would drink this?
Milk?
That's germ milk. That's germ milk.
Does the body good until it doesn't and causes violent diarrhea and or vomiting. How in the world did milk become a banned food? Well, to be more specific, unpasteurized milk is banned in some US states due to its danger. In fact, the milk that we grew up on is considered pasteurized. Pasteurization is a process in which the milk is heated to about 161 degrees Fahrenheit in an effort to kill off harmful bacteria, named for its inventor, Louis Pasteur, who has been credited for avoiding harmful illnesses such as E. coli, salmonella, and many more. These illnesses could even be fatal to certain vulnerable patient populations. The consumption of raw milk or milk straight from the cow, goat, or buffalo directly to the humans has been banned in many U.S. states in order to curb the incidence of blood-borne illness.
So, in other words, don't believe what you see in cartoons and TV show where they show them drinking milk directly from the cow or creature. It is not safe. That milk is meant for other creatures. It's meant for the baby of that creature. It's not meant for humans. Because only the baby of that creature is capable of fully processing that stuff because it's meant for that body. We gotta go through a whole bunch of red tape.
Of course, the pasteurization process will not only make milk safe, but also yogurts, cheeses, and even ice creams. Ice cream? You scream. We all scream for pasteurized ice cream.
I haven't had ice cream in a long time.
Something like that. Number 4. Sea turtles, another banned Chinese delicacy on.
Sea turtles? That's a thing? People eating sea turtles?
On our list includes the sea turtle. While conservation efforts are made to preserve these reptiles due to ocean population, a contributor to the declining numbers are also due to sea turtles being used as meat. These reptiles are seen as easy access food to many coastal city residents. Due to the turtle being on the endangered species list, it's now banned to capture sea turtles for food. For obvious reasons. Turtle meat is not the only reason why these animals are endangered. They're considered culturally important to many groups around the world. They're not only considered a delicacy, but also useful in making jewelry or clothing. While the enactment of sea turtle hunting bans, along with many other conservation efforts, hopefully we'll see a full comeback for these little guys for many years more. Number 3. bird's nest soup. Hard to imagine that a simple family home for a family of birds can be considered a delicacy somewhere in the world. I mean, they're usually made of sticks and small pieces of trash, right? How could this possibly have been a popular dish in some parts of the world? Popular in Chinese cuisine, bird's nest soup takes the dried nest of the swallow, or swiftlet, which is then dissolved in water. This rare dish is said to be very nutritious and rich in flavor and does not need additional flavoring. It's also believed to promote good skin health and is known to be an aphrodisiac. This protein-rich dish is actually made from the dried, solidified salivary secretions of the swiftlet. Yeah, this dish is made from solid swiftlet spit and not sticks at all. The soup has no plant material in it at all. So why ban this soup that seemingly does no harm to the animals themselves? Obviously, the nests are made for laying eggs, but these birds are creating these nests at dangerous heights. When they're retrieved, they must undergo a rigorous cleaning process, often introducing bleach into the dish. This caviar of the East can run you about $10,000 per kilogram.
So, we just eating birds' nests now. We went from haggis to pig's blood cakes to rotten cheese, pufferfish meat, sea turtles, and now we've just given up on creativity and we just eating birds' nests now. For $10,000 per kilogram! $10,000 per kilogram! How bored do you have to be to spend $10,000 on eating a bird's nest?
Ooh, it's nutritious. You can eat it. It's nutritious.
Don't lie to me. You're lying to me. Because you know I have $10,000. Why are you lying to me? This is a bird's nest. A bird's nest made of spit. And you think it's worth $10,000? Does it make me smarter like Bradley Cooper in Limitless? Can it make me run faster than Usain Bolt? Can I sing better than Adele? Do I have better lift strength than that one dude that played the mountain in Game of Thrones? Can I see in the dark? Can I speak to animals? Can I speak to the very swallows you stole this from? No? Then I'm not paying $10,000 for it!
Number of the East can run you about $10,000 per kilogram. Number 2, foie gras. So I have had duck before, but never thought twice about intentionally eating fattened duck liver. Fattened duck liver, or more familiarly known as foie gras, is made by purposefully force-feeding ducks twice a day, thus fattening their livers to 10 times its size, then slaughtering them for their livers. Foie gras is a popular French delicacy that, I hear, tastes buttery and delicate, musky with a hint of bitterness. I don't think I'm sold just yet. Foie gras is a very versatile dish which can be made into dessert or savory foods and served.
Why are you struggling so much to cut through it though? All that effort to fatten up a duck's liver to 10 times its size, and you don't even, and it's not, and it's even more difficult to cut through. That man needed 2 of his hands to cut through it. And we didn't even see him get all the way through. They had to cut away from the cutting.
It's a very versatile dish which can be made into dessert or savory foods and served either hot or cold with different spices to enhance its rich taste. So why is this considered a banned food? Well, there have been lots of concerns with the welfare and inhumane treatment of the animals. The force feeding procedure of the ducks and geese consists of gavage feeding, where the animals are stuffed with food intentionally, often causing great stress and injury to the animal. Force feeding causes injuries to the sternum, resulting in necrosis, all while the suffering animals are stuffed in cages with at times 4 or more other birds. The enlarged livers cause their abdomen to expand, and eventually the birds suffocate to death. There have also been studies of the transfer of proteins from prolonged stress of the birds causing amyloidosis and rheumatoid arthritis in humans. Due to these controversies, the production and sale of foie gras has greatly decreased in popularity. I'll have to say, for the sake of Daffy and Darnold, I'll happily pass on this dish. Number 1. Shark fin. When you think of Jaws, the
shark
killer
fin
shark
soup.
relentlessly pulling swimmers.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Hold on, going back to it.
There are
didn't
some
mean to hit
foods
the- I
that,
hit the
no
wrong
matter
thing.
how tasty, and eventually the birds suffocate to death. Shark fin. When you think of
So I meant to pause this, but with shark fin soup, they're essentially capturing a live shark, forcibly cutting the fins off of the shark, and then leaving the shark to die in the water. And since sharks need to keep moving, they essentially eliminate the only way for the shark to move, and thus they basically dismember the shark and leave it to die.
Jaws, the killer shark relentlessly pulling swimmers under the water to feast on while the background ominous cello music is playing, you probably didn't think of sharks being a threatened species. Well, shark fin soup is a known Chinese delicacy in which is not only traditional in China, but is also considered a luxury food there. This soup was popular amongst Chinese emperors in the Ming Dynasty. As shark's fin became more popular, its use was expanded more and more in stews and stir-fry. While shark fin was used to impress guests of prestige, it was also a concerning food of choice. In fact, some restaurants started selling an artificial shark fin knockoff which contained dangerous chemicals, which prompted many restaurants to slow down the sale and consumption of shark fin. Other concerns were for conservation and ethics. These sharks are hunted for their fins while they're still alive. Sharks are captured, have their fins removed, then tossed back into the ocean. Without fins, the shark is unable to filter oxygen through the water, and they later suffocate to death. Studies have shown that there are 70 to 100 million sharks hunted each year for that reason, making them a vulnerable species. Shark finning has decreased, and the popularity of shark fin dishes along with it. From the early 2000s through present day, there has been a worldwide effort to ban the practice of shark finning, which has been endorsed by celebrities.
Yeah, a lot of these dishes
There you have it.
involves
15
engorging an
banned foods.
animal with food
Most
and
of
then
these were
killing it
considered
so
a
that
once
way
treasured
it tastes
meal,
better to
snack
you.
or drink in cultures around the world. And while you may have thought, why would I ever eat that? You have to think, it's all relative. I mean, I'd be a complete hypocrite to criticize someone enjoying bird's nest soup as I chomp down on a fried chicken leg. It was a lesson learned on their part, and perhaps I'll learn the same lesson one day.
That's sad. That's sad that people would do that. Let me just go ahead and just mistreat this animal so I could then kill it later just so it can taste better in the long run. So let's go to Indian street food. Dirtiest Indian street food. Okay. Let's see if we can find some. Why is your hand in the pot? Bruh is cleaning the plates with what water? Ah! Bro is cleaning his plates using the water from the street!
Talaga namang enjoy na enjoy si Kuya.
Alright, so real quick, let me check Discord to see if there was anything else on the list. Let's see, making of most unhygienic cake. Okay, so that is, here's another one right here. Okay, your hand's in the pot. That's a no from me. Oh, thank you, Kitty. That's definitely a pick-me-up. Thank you, Kitty, for the super chat. I greatly appreciate you. Let's give a round of applause for Kitty, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, no, I didn't mean to delete it. I didn't mean to delete the message. No, I tried to hit the button to hit the heart. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. No! Stinking mobile? No! I am so sorry. That's upsetting to me. I tried to hit the heart and it brought up the main window, and yet somehow when I tried to remove it, it also hit removed at the same time. I am so sorry. Can I undelete this? How can I undelete it? No! I hate that. I hate that. I actually hate that. No, I wanted it to be up there. I am so sorry, Kitty. Redo. Thank you. Now I am going to carefully hit the heart and hit the like and put my phone down. Thank you, Kitty. You didn't have to. You definitely didn't have to. Another applause for Kitty for making up for my mistake. But thank you once again. Now it's just up there. But yeah, thank you for the pick me up. But Lord, and this is what I wanted Ravi to be here for, but I understand that he had to leave. But this is just. Okay, so I want to go to unhygienic. Dude got food poisoning on his first day. King of most dirty. Ah, no. Oh, what is that? Why are you spitting into the pot you're serving people? What are you doing? Ah! Papa Meat apparently did a video to this. There's a dude missing an arm? The dude is cooking while he's missing an arm, and he's digging in his armpits serving food. Ah. Mom always to the rescue. Yeah, your mom is great, and I'm not saying that because she sends money my way, but What is that? Y'all are mixing the food together with y'all feet? Ah. You're filtering the eggs with your hand? So, let me say this. I'm just an American, okay? I can only look at things like this from other countries from the eyes of someone who is not from that country, who does not engage with this on the regular, all right? So, with what I'm about to say, this is in no way me saying anything that has any intentions of insulting the entire nation of India. All right? I love India. I love India. I love the culture. I love the people. Work with so many people from India. Know there's people from India who frequent my channel on a regular, including one of my own members. But as an American who's only on the outside looking in, this looks disgusting to witness. See, for us here in America, we're used to a lot of places, well, not lately, because there have been so many food recalls from places that should be clean, so it's literally crazy how far the bar has fallen in terms of food cleanliness for America. But a lot of us are used to food being prepared by people who wear gloves or use machines to do this sort of thing. So when I see someone using their bare hand, no glove, no nothing, and it still has mix from other things on the hand as well, you didn't wash your hands, you didn't do anything like that. When I look at this, I'm like, I'm not going to eat that because I don't know where your hands have been. I don't know where your hands have been. You... Let's keep going. You don't have any sort of utensils at all? None? You don't have any utensils at all? You just use your hand? No! No, 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 no.
Sa paghuhugas, kanal. Talaga naman. Pag nakita mo, mapapangumi
Washing
ka na
his
lang.
plates using street water. Mom threw all the cucumbers out. I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
Ito nga ang ating unang tindero na ginawang hulmahan ng maruyang kanyang armpit na nagbibigay daw ng extra.
That's what he's doing! Oh! That's what he's doing! I see. This is the reason why I said my disclaimer before I started talking about the preparation of Indian food. This is the reason why I said it, because I don't care if you're missing an arm. You don't use your armpits. I turned into the screaming goat there, didn't I? Wait, just wait. What do you mean, just wait? There's more?
Sa texture.
Ma'am, galing mo pala dyan ah.
No! No! That's not a real person. That is not a real person eating that. That is not a real person eating that. That's an actor.
Dito ka mapapaisip kung nasa tamang karinderya ka pa ba.
Woo! If there was a competition for who could break Qushu, Kitty won. Easily. Easily. It's you know what happened? Just for that, it's gonna be a minute before I ever do a food stream again. Just for that, it's gonna be a long time before I ever do a food stream again. Just for that! No! No! No, it's gonna be a long time before I ever look at anything food related that you guys send me. No, not after that. No, it's gonna be a long time. Just for that, you done messed it up for everybody. No! And we're only a minute into a 7-minute long video. You got mom crying? Hey, I did my job, but still. That's a paint bucket. That's a paint bucket. I don't think that thing was thoroughly cleaned with all the paint. That's a paint bucket. That is a dirty paint bucket.
Parang may naamoy ako hindi maganda.
Ito naman si Kuya, no, mukhang kakatapos lang maghalo ng semento. Kaya pala may extra crispy yung kanilang produkto. Dito naman sa tindahan na to walang nasasayang na pagkain, ano. Gamit ng magic basahan ni Kuya, sisimutin niya lahat yan at ibabalik sa inyong kapagkainan. Ang magic basahan dito naman.
Was that leftover food from where people were eating? Dude scooped it up and threw it back in the pot.
Naman sa tindahan na to walang nasasayang na pagkain ano. Gamit ng magic basahan ni Kuya, sisimutin niya lahat yan at ibabalik sa inyong kapagkainan.
It's leftover food from when people were eating. It's leftover food from when people were eating. Just run off food thrown back into the pot.
Ito naman si Kuya ay huling-huli habang dumudukot ng kanyang secret recipe.
What you digging in your butt for? Get your hand out of there! No, you ain't digging in your God-given cheeks and then handling food. Stop digging back there and touching food. No.
Ito naman si Kuya ay huling-huli habang dumudukot ng kanyang secret recipe. Yan.
Hey! Sinalikutsinan ang kanyang eng-eng.
Ito naman ay nagtataka ako kung naglilinis.
Kitty, you and I are gonna have to talk later. You and I are gonna have to talk later. Don't say okay with a halo over your head. You're not innocent! You're not! His arm is all the way in the pot. What did you leave down there? What did you forget? The ladle's supposed to be outside. There's a hook on the ladle for you to put it on the outside of the pot. Or even on the inside. So you can pull it up later. What did you leave in there to be sticking your hand in the pot? Only 2 minutes. This is a 7-minute video. Yay, me, High Dragon, or Luna are not the ones in trouble for once. Give it time. You'll get back up there again.
Ba siya ng baradong lababo o naghuhugas na ng kamay?
Why are you smiling?
Ito nga ang paborito nating panadero na nagpapakita ng kanyang paboritong dance step, ano? Sige pa, hataw mo pa, bigyan mo pa ng energy. Dito nga pakikita ng ating master chef na paano gumawa ng isang sausawan na may natural na pangpaalat.
Bola lang yan.
Please move your...
Ayan, oh. Halo-halo lamang yan.
uh,
Kanyang kamay na
why?
may bracelet at kako.
Y'all ain't got a single spoon to y'all name.
Wow! Wow!
Y'all ain't got a single spoon in your... You've never seen a spoon? You don't own any spoons!
Kung ganito ang community pantry sa inyo, ay kukuha ka pa ba?
Ano ka nasisira, ulo?
Okay, I'm back. I was wondering what a sound was downstairs, but it was just family. Dad is involved. Oh, sir! Hey, hello, good to see you, sir. He may not be in chat right now, but that's fine. Let's see, smashing dough with your feet is nasty, because I'm pretty sure probably walking without shoes. But, and you're cooking your food within a crack within a space in the road itself.
Ito na ang ating master chef, no, na gumagawa ng kanyang specialty na mashed potato, no. Yan, papakitaan niya tayo ng mga magic sarap. At ang kanyang sikretong sangkap ay ang binigang scotch brite. Ayan.
Araw-araw ganyan ang trabaho ko rito.
No. Now, if I have anyone from India watching me right now, remember my disclaimer before I started this. Remember it. Because it still stands.
Ito nga.
Afternoon, sir. It's good to see you. I'm watching how certain street Indian food is being made, and it is just, I'm getting up repeatedly because it's unbelievable to my eyes, because as an American that's used to a certain level of cleanliness and care for food, seeing how some things are done just makes me question so much that I really can't I really can't handle these sometimes. And it's all because of your wife. It's all because of your wife that I usually don't yell this much unless something is breaking me in a game or Kitty sends me a video that breaks me while I'm watching it live. That's how it usually works. Any other time, I can keep my composure just fine, but when I'm live and I'm witnessing this stuff and you guys can all see me, I just can't help but just break completely. It is... And that is where you called it. You will never eat Indian street food again. You meant to say ever instead of again. This don't help. I'm pretty sure to the people who live there who are used to this cuisine, it's probably one of the best things you can ever eat. But to some of us who are actually used to seeing people use utensils to stir stuff and not their bare hands, who use gloves with their hands to knead dough instead of their armpits, I'm pretty sure none of us will ever eat it. At all.
Ang ating isa pang tindero na naman nilamutak at nilamukos lahat ng pagkain, ano, para hindi na nga naman ngunguyain ang kanyang mga customer. Diretso lunok na lang.
Wow naman! Wow! Wow!
It's the mixing of the food with bare hands. And I don't even know if you washed your hands before you got started with this. That's the thing. Your hand is just covered in it as well. Imagine being served street spaghetti with meatballs, and the person is mixing the marinara sauce with the noodles with their bare fingers and their bare hands, and then they give you a handful and plop it onto like a wrapper for you to eat, and they give you a fork. Are you eating it? You're not. Don't even lie to yourself and say that you are. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. You are not. You're not. I apologize for your suffering. However, I do recall Kitty being a menace at finding weaknesses and exploiting them. Oh, she's taking advantage of that. She's found newfound fervor with the Food Heresy channel I created. She has found even more reasons to just break my mind with different types of foods and creations that exist out there in the world. And she's taking full advantage of it. She has found her weapon of choice. And it's working. See, it's not so much the spices that gets me, it's just the hands that just go straight into broth and sauce and then just dumped onto it and then mixed together and then given to you with that same hand, and you're expected to consume that. Like actually ingest with someone's fingers who probably did not wash them. They expect you to eat it. Wish you the best of luck. Peace be with you all. Peace be with you as well, sir. It was great having you here for a brief moment, but... I had to get that out my system because it's just... And we're just focusing on this guy. Are we just gonna focus on him for the rest of the video? Yeah, we're just focusing on him messing with stuff. No. We're done. We're done with that. I'm not looking at that anymore. Why are you spitting in the food?
Welcome to the ultimate guide to gastro-misery, where cooking is less about hygiene and more about heart and other unmentionable body parts. Witness the mastery of techniques like the swamp scrub plate polish, where dishes are rinsed in the finest stagnant water nature can offer. Marvel at the flavor spit stir, a personal touch guaranteed to make every bite unforgettable, whether you want it to be or not. And let's not forget the armpit pita press, a bold innovation in bread making that brings a whole new meaning to body heat. All topped off with the Dirty Hand Deluxe, where every ingredient is lovingly massaged with hands that have seen things no one should. Cooking has never been so visceral. As we wrap up another glorious year of culinary creativity and questionable choices,
it's good to see you,
here's
but you
to
came in
embracing
at a very awkward
2025
moment.
with the same daring spirit as these master chefs. May your plates be cleaner, your spices intentional, and your armpits reserved strictly for deodorant. Cheers to a year full of flavor, laughter, and slightly less terrifying food prep. Happy New Year!
I don't even know what that big dude is doing. I don't even want to know. No. Family is cooking food downstairs. I don't even want to know. You do want to know? You do want to know? Nah. Ain't no way you want to know what he's doing in the third video. Ain't no way. He's rubbing the food on his chest. He's rubbing it on his chest. We all want to know. Look. See, you weren't here when I made this proclamation. When I am done, I need you all to hear me. Hear me from the bottom and top and sides and middle of my heart with every fiber of my being. It is going to be a very long time before I ever do another food stream based on stuff nasty foods. It'll be a long time, always and forever. You won't see this stream. Like, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a long time. Probably past maybe 2 months from now. No. You know what? I'm not even going to limit myself to 2 months. When I feel like it, that's when we'll have another one. But it's not gonna be anytime soon. This is nasty. The fact that it has no sounds makes it worse. He just took an egg, put it in his mouth, and then spit it onto the skillet. Nope. I'm done. I am done. How long was I doing this?
I'm making a classic southern salad.
About a good hour and 54 minutes. I need a moment. I'm sorry, I regret that request. Live with your decision! You did this! You couldn't leave well enough alone! No! You couldn't leave well enough alone. Oh, I want to know. It's right here in black and white, clear as crystal. Let me see here. Yes, I want to know. Yes, we all want to know. You said it. You said it in chat. Where's the timestamp? Because I can put a timestamp up here. Let me just bring up like the live stream itself. All right. I'm gonna pull up timestamps. All right. Let's see. Yes, we all want to know. Let's see. We all want to know. We all want to know. 237. 237. Yes, we all want to know. Where's the one where you said like, ooh, go back to the third one. Ooh, wow. Here it is. The start of it right here. Wow. Click the third video, bro. You're not a brother to me. You did this. I got receipts. Oh. Why would you do this? Why? No, it's gonna be, you see it? You caused it? Yeah, you caused it, and then CD just made it cascade. I'm not going back to anything else. I'm done for today. I'm done. The glasses are coming off. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing that anytime soon. I'm not doing this again anytime soon. I am not doing this again anytime soon. What else can I say? What? Oh, this is gonna be perfect stream clip quality right here. Just plenty of content from just clips from my reaction through this. Nope, we're not doing this again for a long time. We are not doing this again for a long time.
Q, we need to look at this video.
Nope, we're done. We're not doing this again. We're not doing this again for a long time. No matter how hard you ask, no matter how much you pay me, we're not doing this for a minute. Let's say Qushu's bucket list is to visit India. Let me move my microphone out the way. Look me in my eye. Because you're not going to look at both of them. No. The answer is no. But I'm done. Well, I'm gonna head since I'm disappointed with how nasty it was something we consumed outside of water. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with that. Real food is being made downstairs. I need a palate cleanser. Like an actual palate cleanser. I need to forget this. I'm gonna look at your eyes. They brown too. Yeah. I have lovely brown eyes. But, ladies and gentlemen, this has been something. I'm not gonna say it's been fun. It's been fun for those who put me down this path, rolling on the floor, laughing. I can hear you. I don't even need Kitten One. You know who you are. I don't even need Kitten One to tell me that it's just tickling you so much, the pain you're making me witness. You know how much brain space I could have saved not looking at that nastiness? Enough to remember stuff with! And here we are, looking at disgusting. But I'm done. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Kitty, for the super chats. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry for accidentally deleting the first one that you sent. I didn't mean to do that at all. You know me. But thank you for the support, everybody. Thank you for enduring this nonsense with me. Overall, this was a thing that happened. I'm not even going to say this was a fun endeavor because it wasn't. I'm just going to say this was a thing that happened. Even your dad got involved. Yeah, it's serious when he gets involved in the shenanigans of Kitty. The instigator. The destroyer of minds.
I'm the ruiner of souls. That is your new title alongside Continuum Chef. You've earned it. You've earned it.
But this was a thing that happened. My goodness. Oh, this is definitely going to keep you guys laughing for a hot minute for those who make clips out of this, but my goodness, it's going to be a long time before we ever do something like this again, because I don't know if I can handle another one anytime soon. Let me get back to Death Stranding and building more roads, calm my mind, cleanse it of any filth! Cleanse it of any filth. You know what you did to my mind, kitty?
Soiled it! Soiled it! Soiled it! Soiled it!
But here we are. What y'all eating? Well, we're having they were having chicken something with potatoes en gratin. I forget. I didn't ask them what it was, but it smells good so far. But it'll be real food. But I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. All I can say to you is, despite the damage to my psyche, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples! Ugh!